Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show, the 435 Politics Show. We are talking about the caucuses that happened last night, the Minnesota Caucuses 2018. We're going to, just talk about both sides, what happened, and what's going to happen in the future. So the big deal about it was for the governor's race. And what happened is Tim Walz won the governor's straw poll, 31% of the vote. And on the other side, Jeff Johnson won the straw poll over there, pulling in 45% of the vote. Now, he was the party's nominee in the Republican side 4 years ago. He lost to Mark Dayton in a race that I don't even think was close. Keith Downey got 15% of the vote, but the biggest part of it is that there were a lot of undecided people on both sides of the aisle, lots of undecided people. Now, like I said, Tim Walz got the 30% of the vote. He did win the straw poll. Rebecca Otto got second with 20% of the vote. Now, Paul Thiessen, who came in with around 3 to 4% of the vote, did send out a note to his backers and said that he was dropping out of the race. So it's a sad deal. I like Paul Thiessen. He's a really good guy. But it is what it is. In other news with the caucus, we have 2 Senate races, 3 offices that are constitutional, all 8 congressional seats, and the Minnesota House is on the ballot. The Senate is not on the ballot this year. It happens every 4 years. So that's going to be a big difference. And with a lot of new representatives, candidates especially, because Tim Walz is running for governor, so they got people over there for him. Here in the 8th Congressional District, you have Rick Nolan and Leah Pfeiffer. They are going at it. A lot of people came out yesterday in the Duluth area, especially for the environmentalists, the environmental lobby. I was surprised and I wasn't when I walked into mine, which I will not talk too much about. There were a lot of environmentalists there, and they brought up a lot of questions about mining. So that's going to be a hot button issue when it comes to the election. When we get to the conventions and the state convention especially, they're going to be looking at sulfide mining. Excuse me. I got the hiccups a little bit. And it will be interesting. It will be fun. I look forward to a great debate in Rochester when they talk about sulfide mining and they talk about some of the other stuff, the pipelines. Here in Minnesota, we have a lot of issues that are, they're kind of rough around the edges, and one of them is mining. The other one is the pipelines, clean coal, real ID. There's a lot of issues that we will be bringing up, and will be brought up at the state convention, as well as the Senate district and the congressional conventions. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little highlight of exactly what happened last night. A lot of discussion, resolutions came from both sides, DFL and the Republicans. Seemed to be kind of weird with the numbers of people. I think they said there were 27,000. Party officials estimate 27,447 Democrats came out, and that's up from 14,585 in the last midterm election. But if you remember the last midterm election, there was not too much on the ballot. There was no preference poll. I think Dayton was up and Franken was up. So, and 22,532 people in 2010 when Margaret Anderson Kelleher was the party, the nominee. Even though R.T. Ryback did win the preference poll. So preference polls don't mean everything. but if I remember, it was pretty darn close. So, candidates, be ready. Gladiators ready, as they say. We're looking forward to a big time fun for the next few weeks as the conventions start and roll through, and we'll see who gets nominated, and we'll see if anybody runs for those primary seats, because that could happen too. We could end up in a primary. So, folks, I want to thank you guys for listening to the Scott Show, the 435 Politics Show. If it sounds a little different, I'm actually wearing the headset now. I'm trying a few different things with the podcast here. And we'll see you guys very soon on the ScottShow.com.